We're rolling. This is it. Episode 469. Hold your jokes there. Episode 469, No Laugh Track Podcast. Justin Severson here once again. The lucky guy gets to host this each and every week here at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am here with my two-time defending world champion guest. Well, two-time guest. Curtis Cook is here with me on the stage at Acme. Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Very good.
Hell yeah.
Did you have a 69 joke when I said 469?
No, I didn't have it ready. I had no idea, but I'm honored. Thank you for having me for this special number.
Of course. I'm glad you're here. It's
I'm glad to be back.
Just for I'll refresh people's memories. We did this back August 26, 2021.
Hell yeah.
Or at least that's the day it was posted. I'm not sure if that was the actual day, but yeah, here we are back again. So tell me everything you've done since August 26th up until today.
Wow.
Go.
Just a lot of sitting around the house and living in fear. So it's good to be back. Hell yeah.
Are you still where you living now? Same?
LA. Yeah, same place.
Same place?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you, I don't know if we ever covered it, how did you end up in LA?
I'm married to a very smart woman, and before we were engaged, she got into grad school down there. So I moved to be with her and live in student housing.
Now?
Now we're out. She graduated, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
She got her master's degree in fine arts, and now we're chilling in L.A.
What? Can I ask what she does with a master's degree in fine arts?
I can try to tell you, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Right now, she's got a great job as an art teacher in L.A., and she really enjoys it. And then she still creates her own stuff. Yeah, there's not a lot of other things you could do.
Yeah.
But she still creates her own work, and she's really enjoying that. It's been thrilling. Like, I know this is corny, but like, I'm fine with it. It's like she didn't really have her outlet. You can do stand-up anywhere where there's drunk people in a bar that needs guests, but like she couldn't really pursue her dreams until we moved, and it's been really exciting to see her kind of glow and have that opportunity.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy for her.
What I want to know, what does she create? What's her art?
She visual and conceptual art. So I can't really every time I explain it, it is disrespectful. But
How about this? Is there a place somebody could go and see something, an example?
Yeah. Oh man, I should have her website memorized. But I think it's BrandonDominiqueRockwellCharlin.com, and you can go and see a lot of her work. A lot of it is installation based, so it can't exists in our apartment, but it's been disassembled, and she's ready to put it up wherever anyone has.
Oh wow!
It. Yeah.
So there's like a big workspace in your place, huh?
No, she's made do over the pandemic. She's switched a lot over to like collaging and doing things that can be stored in a coat closet. But she's getting back out and finding a studio so she can really get back into it again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we talked last time. You had mentioned that you got married at the beginning or some point in the pandemic.
Yeah, right at the top.
So this is your wife now that you're talking about. And last time you were here, you mentioned that there was no wedding reception. You kind of just snuck off and got married.
Yeah.
Has there been a party since then?
No. There's not. There's been a lot.
Who cares? Who cares about everybody? Don't you like a party?
I don't. This is something that we've argued in the grocery store parking lot about, but.
So here's the truth. She contacted me.
Oh, and pressured you into this?
She said, promote my website and ask them why we haven't had a party yet.
I like this. Let's turn this entire podcast into things my wife wishes I would deal with.
Look, see how many papers she gave me? It's just like...
yeah, every time I come, you're so prepared, I'm intimidated.
Paragraph 4. Ask him why he never says he's sorry. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. How much, back to you, how much comedy have you been performing in the last year? Have you been busy, steady?
Yeah, it's been nice. I'm still, the job I have right now is still abroad, so I've been able to Zoom from the road and travel a little more for stand-up. Still trying to be safe, still want to be respectful of, the staff and the audience everywhere.
Sure.
But it's been nice to get out there a little bit more now that COVID is not gone, but a little more manageable.
Careful what you say.
Yeah, I was
listening.
like,
all right.
It's waiting for the opportunity.
Uh-huh.
This is hubris. Now I'm going to fucking, oh, sorry. Can we?
Sure. Yes,
all
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just listening to the radio on the way over here, and this sports radio station, and they're like, yeah, I don't know if anybody's heard the update. Anyway, the host of the show was at the Minnesota Vikings training camp yesterday.
Okay.
Interviewed Kirk Cousins, the quarterback.
Okay.
Like face-to-face, like you and I are, about this distance from what they're discussing. And now Kirk is out sick today.
Dang.
And he's like, did I get him sick? And it was big news last year that Kirk never got he's not vaccinated.
Oh.
Yeah. So like just on my drive over here, there was this whole, the guy's like, I don't want to feel guilty, but should I? Should I not talk to him?
That's a terrifying thing for you as an interviewer to be hearing on your way to an interview. That would freak me out, man.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Shows are all getting canceled tomorrow.
Brandon, can you bring us a couple tests up here just to make sure? Do you still have those saran wrap walls that we had? We'll put one of these between.
Oh, that's how we got married, with one of those.
When it was, yeah. Really?
Yeah, the judge, it was like right at the top, so it was outdoor in one of those like pull-out tents, and the judge had a plastic tarp with a hole in it, and he would hand us a clipboard that was
dirty.
strapped to a 12-foot wooden pole that we would then take the paper off, sign, put it back on the clipboard. He would pull because we didn't know, we still thought that it like was touch things.
Right. Oh, I know. Yes. We were wearing rubber gloves everywhere.
Yeah, wiping down groceries, which we probably should still be doing.
I mean, people are still gross.
Yeah. I don't know if I had a couple temp jobs and you're like, oh, every can is filled with shit. Like, this is disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I've worked in the kitchen in restaurants.
Yeah.
I've worked inside schools and seen how kids are. Yeah. Nobody's
bad.
washing their hands. No one's washing their hands. No. Is there there's this commercial I hear a lot these days, and it's for one of these companies that will take your photos and then digitize them, right? So you don't have lost media.
That's nice.
Right? And one of the things they say in the commercial is like, your special memories from your wedding. I've been married twice, and I will admit there were videos made both weddings. I have zero interest in watching.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, I'm glad it happened and all that, but going back to watch it. But if I had one where there's a shield in front of me and he's holding the stick to grab the vows, I would rewatch that.
I haven't. I might go back and see it. I think now that you should show your current wife your first wedding video just to see how she feels about it.
Coincidentally, it is on VHS.
Oh shit! Dust that off, man.
I'm not sure. I do still have a VCR. Does it work? I'm not sure about that. I don't know about that. Speaking of, it is my wife's birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday to her. What's her name?
Ashley.
Happy birthday to Ashley.
Happy birthday to Ashley. What should I have got her for her birthday?
What is she like? What intimate details has she shared with you over the years?
Here's the thing. Every year she, for several years now, it's like, here's what I want. And then I just get like a Amazon link.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Did that happen this year?
None.
Oh.
It's like some sort of test. I don't like it.
You could take her somewhere?
That's happening.
Okay, nice.
Take her somewhere. It's not tonight. It wasn't last night. It's going to be next week when we have some free time. But
that sounds good.
Are you a good gift giver? You're laughing.
I have become conscious of the fact that I am not. So now what I have going, this is like my attempts to be a better person, knowing that it's not organic, is I have an ongoing Google Doc. And so anytime someone says something to me in passing, I'll write down their name and what they said so that when the occasion comes up, I'm ready with something that's special. So it looks like I'm a thoughtful person, but I will just forget immediately, and I'm trying to get better about it.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's something, hopefully, but
yeah, that's really good. I have done something like similar to that in the past, but again, I didn't get any good hints this year. Yeah. So that page in the notes is what I use on the phone.
Yeah.
Blank.
Damn.
There's nothing. I could go back to the ones from like 5 years ago, but I don't think she wants any of that stuff anymore. Yeah, that would be funny. Hear the stuff when we were just dating. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
That could be very interesting.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
This is turning into a podcast about how we love our partners and want to be there for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with that.
I was supposed to have therapy yesterday afternoon and it got canceled.
Oh, we
2
can get
hours
into it
beforehand. So we're just gonna make up for that now.
Nice. I'll just ask how that makes you feel about it.
And at the end, give me some sort of suggestion, a thing to work on.
And a bill.
For the bill. Coincidentally, I just found out last night how much I've been paying or owe now for going to therapy again. Hey. I didn't find out until last night. Then when the bills showed up, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Anyway, let's go back. Last time you were here, here's some of the things we talked about. I just want to quickly refresh people because it's some great stuff. First of all, the abstinence club that you were a member of.
Oh, I forgot about
that
again. Wow.
I listened back to this in the last 48 hours, and oh my God, man. I still can't even believe that was a thing.
I love that it only ever comes up in a basement in Minneapolis. Yeah, damn.
Yep, and you come back next year, who knows? Maybe I'll mention it again.
Maybe I'll try to remember it, yeah.
So Abstinence Club, if people don't want to know more about that, I encourage you to go back to episode 426. You once got in trouble on Twitter for impersonating Dr. Oz. We talked about that. You wanted to be a comedian since 8th grade.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Are you still collecting stand-up comedy records?
Yeah.
How's the collection going?
Here. It's going pretty well. I've got some really cool stuff I've been enjoying finding, and it's very nerdy. I acknowledge that, but it's been really cool to see the different all the things that were forgotten and all the things. I've been doing some reading and listening to Von Meter, and he was I
know that name, but know nothing about.
So you ever go to a Goodwill and you see that that First Family album, and it's the Kennedys, and it's a comedy record that everyone has thrown away? I think that album, if I'm remembering correctly, that was the #1 greatest selling album before the Beatles broke all the records. So in all of pre-Beatles, that was the best selling album of all time, and now it's $1 in every Goodwill.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and apparently his bread and butter was doing Kennedy impersonations, and then Kennedy got shot. And the night Kennedy was shot, Lenny Bruce was on stage, and the first thing he said when he came out was, "Damn, I guess that Von Meter guy is fucked." And then his career never got back on track.
Damn.
Yeah, so fun.
Bad luck.
I love stuff like that, and learning all the history and the way that it ties into stand-up, and all the things people say, that they love comedy when really what they mean is they enjoy laughter. And I've really enjoyed going back and seeing how little people care about the legacies that built everything we have today.
Wow, that's really interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not a lot of other people agree, but I have a good time with it.
Do you? Are you going to hit up some stores while you're here?
Yeah, I really like to go when I'm traveling to the regular stores, because different regions had different favorites. There in the Northwest, I found a lot of Rap Reiplinger albums. He was a Hawaiian comedian who did a lot of stuff down there, and kind of helped establish a sense of Hawaiian comedy is what the records that I've seen. And then traveling through the Midwest and parts of the Upper South, I've seen a lot of Jerry Crowler and what's George Gardner, and all these different comics that I didn't know about in the Upper Midwest.
That's
so
cool.
It's just been cool. Yeah.
Do we have good taste up here?
I haven't been yet, so we'll fucking see. I'm sure it'll be good. I'll find there's always some Rusty Warren. There's always some Von Meter. We'll see what else is around.
Smothers Brothers.
Oh man,
they're at every Goodwill.
Love the Smothers Brothers too, and I've gotten into I think it's Roman Murray, and there's another dude, but one of the things that they did that I love is, oh God, I wish I could remember this guy's name, but one of their writers was a stand-up, and he would go on their show and he would pretend that he was going to run for president, which fucked them over with the FCC, because if you have someone who's running, you have to give equal time to everybody. Yeah. And they kept saying it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. But then he did run, still as a joke, but was officially in the race. And there was a whole, I love how, the Smothers Brothers are these clean-cut, sweater-wearing folk singers, and they fucked with the government at every turn, and I love it.
Wow.
That shit makes me so happy.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they rule, people when they talk about rebel comedy, they're always looking at some chain-smoking, leather jacket-wearing guy, but those dudes were at it, and I love it.
Wow. That's so cool. Wow. I'm going to have to go investigate. Dig back. I think I have a couple of those albums. I have to dig back into those. Give those guys some more attention. So last week, speaking of Hawaiian comedy, a guy that was born and raised in Hawaii was the headliner here last week, Kermit Apio.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's out of Seattle these days, but he once appeared on that TV show Evening at the Improv back in the early 90s.
Whoa, okay.
Do you familiar with that show at all? It ran for, 6, 7 seasons, 8 seasons or whatever. All of the... It coincides with the kind of the comedy bust, you could say, where there was too much on television, too many comedians, and all that. Anyway, he appeared on that show once. It's available on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
But I asked him about it last week, and he said that the thing he was really looking forward to being on the show is that supposedly when you're on the show, you get a home version of the board game of Improv the board game. And I'm like, what the fuck is Improv the board game?
I've never heard of this.
No, me neither. So I got excited. I'm like, well, I'm going to research this. So I found a copy of it. You can buy one for about $20 or so on eBay. And the idea was, let's see, I want to share some of this with you here. So it was, let's see here, the Improv game. It's based on the TV show and actual comedy club. It tests your ability to make your friends laugh. I want to know what you think about this. Through various actions and jokes. The game contains 4 booklets, one each of gags, improvs, groans, and cracks, which are used for each player's turn. Players move around the board in an encased game, use plastic ponds. One accumulates points by successfully getting other players to laugh at the jokes one performs. And can lose points. Ready for this? You can lose points. You can lose points by landing on spaces such as heckler funnier than you. Audience speaks no English.
Oh, those are fun, good gigs.
And steal material. There's a pegboard in the center of the game to keep track of each player's score, blah, 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 blah. So then I did a little more searching and found a guy who did a review of it.
Okay.
And he said the biggest problem with this game is the jokes suck. So some of this, there's like you roll like 4 different die and it'll be like, 2, 4, 6, 2. And so then you go to this book and you look up joke number 2462 and then you read, yes, for real. There's also,
love this.
Right? There's also open spaces where you can tell your own joke.
Oh, that's worse.
For amateurs? Are you kidding me? For me, who's not a comedian, I just talk to him? That would be awful. That would waste everyone's time.
There's something very metaphoric about a game about stand-up where the premise itself is flawed. I like that a lot.
Right?
If the next time that I come, we should just play. Are you down? Yeah, let's just the next time the 3 of us play that game for 30 minutes.
I deal. I won't do it with anybody else. So the last thing I want to cover about this thing is, so then this guy who I read the review, he copy and pasted the one joke he thinks is good. I'm gonna give this to you. Let's see how long.
This is a whole page of the.
If you want to bail on it when you're just sick of it, go ahead. But just give it a start.
All right.
This is what he describes as the best joke on this game.
A man went into a bar with his 180-pound Irish wolfhound. "Hey," said the bartender, "you can't bring that animal in here." "Wait a minute," said the guy. "This isn't just a dog. He can talk." "Sure," sneered the bartender. "I bet you $500 he can't." "Okay, you're on," said the man as he turned to his dog and said, "Here, boy, now tell me, what do they call the top of a house?" "Roof, roof," answered the dog. "Oh, Jesus. Good boy. Now tell me how sandpaper feels." "Rough, rough," said the dog. "Okay, last question. Who was the greatest baseball player to who ever lived?" "Ruth, Ruth," said the dog. By this time, the bartender was fed up. He grabbed the guy, smacked him a couple of times, and threw him into the street. As the dog sat by his bruised master, he turned to his owner and said, "Gee, you think I should have said DiMaggio?"
I'm sorry, everyone. That was the good one.
That's such a long walk.
Curtis, that's the good one. That's the good one.
Where did they get whose job was to write 300s of these? Like,
I don't know. That's why I want to get a copy and find that out.
Yeah, I don't
know
want to be smart. Like, I'm sure, like, whoever it was, I hope they got fucking paid.
A young Robin Williams. No, I have no.
God,
no,
that would be a
no.
fun twist.
But wouldn't it be hilarious if it's somebody who we all respect?
Yeah. Mel Brooks just phoned it in for a couple $100.
Yeah, they just took George Carlin's Notebook. No, I mean, I don't know. I want to know.
I'm gonna hand this back to you. I feel bad holding it.
Yeah, it might burn your fingers. I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to be. Stay away from that. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed that.
That's the nightmare. Like, Cards Against Humanity is tough enough for me to deal with, but the thought of sitting around close friends and reading stuff like that to them,
yeah,
upsetting.
I know. However, I will say that. This is an interesting twist on it that makes it a little better. So you could read the jokes that they give you, but you can also act them out. You can, do an effect on your voice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you could try. Besides just using those words, you can really act it out to try to get somebody to laugh. I don't know if that's gonna help, but
better or worse.
I don't know.
Just a lot of living room stool humping.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know. The lamp's on my head. Why aren't you laughing? It's so funny. So funny. So there we have that. And now I want to talk about your, we talked about it last time, American Dad. You still writing on American Dad?
Still writing on American Dad.
I saw a new season comes out next month.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Am I telling you that information and you didn't know that?
I'm just happy for the job. No, I think some episodes have been coming out. It might be that we start up again. This is I really enjoy the job. I'm like in the weeds a little bit on timelines because I know we're a year in the hole sometimes because of the animation process, and I've been so excited to learn more about that I have not been doing my due diligence on knowing when shit actually airs.
Sure.
But the process has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I should also use this opportunity to plug shameless self-promotion. I wrote for a new Hulu series called This Fool that I believe is airing tomorrow.
It is airing tomorrow.
Hell yeah. That one I knew at least.
August 12th, whenever you're
Yeah.
listening to this, August 12th, it debuts on Hulu.
That should be fun. Chris Estrada, great comic. Really excited to work with him. Really happy that his story is out there. Yeah, it's been all fun.
Yeah, there's a chance people listening to this have seen he's been at Acme. Chris Estrada
hell yeah.
was here at Acme, not headlining, but when Frankie Quinones was here.
Oh, yeah. Also, yeah, on the show.
Was also on the show. Creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't realize they'd work together in different capacities like that. That's really exciting.
Frankie was a headliner here a few years ago and brought like 3 other comedians
Hell yeah.
with him to open, and Chris was one of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and so then like that I'll admit that was the first time I'd heard of him. He was really funny on
Oh,
stage.
yeah, he rules.
Yeah, and then since then I've seen him, kind of his face and pop up here and there, social media and whatnot, and then this show. So
Yeah.
that's so cool.
This show's one of the things that I think is exciting about it is that like I think everybody like in LA knows that Chris is great, and people who've seen him knows that his stuff is great, but like he has not he's not been where he I think is meant to be, and it's exciting to watch someone who's like been working really hard and getting a lot better and who's always been good like suddenly have something break through and have them be in front of an audience that they deserve.
So obviously I haven't seen an episode yet, but I saw online that Frankie's character works for a organization called Hugs Not Thugs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the whole show it's based I think on I don't know why I said I think. It's based on Chris and his family's experiences with I think it's an organization called, and why has it disappeared? Homeboy Industries, and then offshoot Homegirl Industries that works with people, ex-gang members and ex-cons who get out of prison and are looking to rehabilitate. It's really difficult to, it's frustratingly difficult for people who've turned their lives around to get an opportunity.
Sure.
And so that organization works to give them the resources and the opportunities they need to stay on the right track and to continue being the people they want to be. And so it's a much funnier show than that sad description of that organization.
Do you get a chance to write yourself a line, a character? Like, hey, I got this good thing and I know who could perform it. I mean, do you get to do that?
I have not been that bold. I feel like that my feeling is that writer performers are obnoxious in that regard, so I've just avoided that entirely.
What you need is somebody else in the writing room to do it.
Someone. I'll just slide him a couple bucks and be like, I wrote this with Curtis in mind, so we should put him in there.
Mm-hmm. Same with the cartoon. Come on, be like, yeah, I know who could deliver this voice.
Yeah.
The guy that kind of looks like me.
Yeah. I think, honest, and this maybe I'm just bogging you down with boring shit, but I think part of it is union shit. So because I am not in some of the unions that performers would be in, it would be a disservice to people who are represented for someone who is not a member of their guild to hop in. I think that's part of the thought. That's the most
That's what they're lying to you. Well, it's it's just so much bureaucracy, Curtis. We think you'd be great.
It's just a nice way of saying you fucking sucked it.
Yeah, your ideas are great. Sure, keep showing up. Keep showing up. Oh, my teenage daughter's calling it. I can't.
Do you need to take it, man?
No. She can wait. She knows I'm busy.
She can.
She knows I'm busy right now. She knows I'm busy right now. Another thing we did last time is something I always like to do is bring up people's hometowns and see if there's any interesting news stories, right? In Auburn Township, right?
Yeah. I have not been keeping up. Is anything happening there?
Well. Do you still have family there?
I do. I learned the last trip that the town was founded by a guy named Bilbad Bradley. He was only there because they were making a highway through nothing. And he was like, well, this nothing's kind of nice. And then he established the town.
I want to do that. I want my own town. There's a house for sale in Minnesota right now for, I don't know, multi-millions of dollars. That's on an island, like a half an hour from here.
Oh.
An island, like, in a freshwater lake.
Yeah.
And it's the only house. Could you imagine?
That sounds terrifying, but also pretty sick.
In the winter,
Oh, that would be miserable. I didn't even think of that part.
They have to take it like snowmobiles and shit like that. For real. There's no road. Frozen water.
And then you got to get on a boat, right, to get groceries? Or does
in the summer, they use a boat.
I have been looking at how you guys rank really highly on climate change, the success you'll have as it continues. And I've been looking at acreage out here. It's pretty nice, man. I saw a 13-acre plot about 30 minutes out of the city for $100,000. It sounds pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. Wait, we got room for you. Come on.
Yeah.
We got room. We got room for you here in Minnesota. So here's the news I found. I wonder if any of your family members will be doing this weekend. The Sunflower Festival at the Ayanaro Farm. Do you know what that is?
No.
Nope. Well, this is I just want to give you some of the things. Maybe you want to contact family and let them know what's going on here. They can go pick their own sunflowers, shop with local artisans and collectors, play yard games, and pet donkeys.
Oh, big sale in Ohio. People love that.
There's going to be a donkey. Multiple donkeys, Curtis.
That sounds like something my mom would actually be into. I'll hit her up. I'll tell her. She loves like the festivals and local communities and stuff like that.
Would she pet a donkey?
That I think she would skip. But if she could get any of the grandkids over, I think they would get a kick out of it.
No, of course. You don't have any. You didn't make any grandkids. What's going on? I'm kidding.
I'm enjoying.
Uncle Curtis?
Yeah, Uncle Curtis. Yeah.
Are you good, Uncle Curtis?
I'm distant Uncle Curtis. So when I see them, I try to make the most of it. But I'm the guy who moved across the country, so I don't see him that often.
Sure.
Unfortunately.
Would you ever move someplace else? How long do you think you'll have any idea how long you'll stay in LA?
No. But I feel like between the wildfires and the rising ocean and the draining water and the increasing smog and the fact that we're on a fault line, I want to go somewhere else. But my wife's holding it down with that steady job, so we're there for a while.
Don't rock the boat. That's what I'm saying. Do not rock the boat. Where's the thing I found? So, nope, not that. The farm. Oh, another thing is last time you were here, we were talking about social media. And you're like, yeah, I got Instagram, Twitter. I don't have TikTok.
Oh, now I do.
You have TikTok.
I fell into it, yeah.
I love what you wrote. I write jokes. I write long jokes and refuse to dance or lip sync, yet, nevertheless, here I am.
Yeah, it's not great to tell people that you're not going to give them the only thing they want, but you're still going to be there. But I changed my vote yesterday. Oh, God, I forgot the dude's name. But yesterday, one of the greeters here said that his dad almost came to the show and then read my bio on Instagram that just says "Come Joke Laureate" and was like, I'm not going to go to that. So I got to change my marketing.
You just mentioned global warming, and I need to give some attention to this wonderful tweet of yours. If y'all think polio and monkeypox are bad, just wait till the permafrost melts and we get a fresh reboot of ancient diseases our bodies have no natural defenses against.
Yeah, we're fucked, man.
Well, now it's something new to worry about.
A friend pointed out to me that I phrased that like I'd been accepted into a comedy festival, like I was announcing this fresh debut of deadly diseases. But yeah, we're doomed. Did you hear about, oh yeah, man, that polio shit? You're vaccinated for polio, right?
You get that when you're a baby, don't you?
I think I read briefly, so I don't want to know everyone right to camera. Everyone look this up for yourself, but I read briefly that they stopped around 96, 97 because they were like, well, it's all essentially gone.
Oh.
So I think there's some young people that don't have it.
I'm way older than that. So
were you smallpox vaccine era?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I got to... I'll send you my records. as soon
Yeah,
as we're
please.
done.
I'd love to know.
I gotta go. I got another one here that ties into this global warming and what new things we should fear.
Yeah.
So you also lived in Portland for a while, correct?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Have you heard about this? They recently had a really bad heat wave in Portland. Yeah. A tree exploded. Have you ever heard of a tree exploding?
Not in Portland.
Yeah. You've heard in other places?
I have heard. Okay, this is
Because I've never heard of this.
I don't know why I have this knowledge. A friend, I do know why this. My friend Marie and her husband Saul, they own and operate a florist company called Nocturne in Bloom. They're really into plants, and they were telling me that there's a kind of plant that's been put all through neighborhoods in LA because it was really good for lumber in the southern hemisphere. But I guess something happens where when you bring it to the northern hemisphere, it twists, and it's not good for lumber at all. So they tried to design it into communities as fashionable trees, but when they get really hot or where they're by fire, they explode, thus spreading the fire further and further. So it's the worst tree that could possibly be in California, and there's a ton of them.
Oh my God! This is worse than I thought. Oh my God! Oh, that's fantastic. This story. So the branch that exploded, this tree in Portland exploded, and a estimated 30,000-pound branch fell. 30,000 pounds.
Jesus.
And then later, and then longer, at the end of the story, it says the truth is no trees are safe.
Yeah.
What?
We're doomed.
We're doomed.
I'm saying if you do, may I ask, do you own a house?
I rent a house. I live in a house.
Keep renting that house. Don't ever leave this place. Your 10,000 lakes or whatever is supposed to be very useful coming up.
Yeah, really, really. And my house is surrounded by a lot of trees, and they already have dead branches, so I'm worried.
Look out. Well, it's not you're renting, so let it fly.
That's true. I just don't want it to go through my bedroom or something.
The next time your landlord gives you a hassle, explode a tree and be like, look, now you have bigger problems. I don't want to deal with this. Last time I was here, you were telling me that you couldn't water. They were on rotating water schedules for your yards. Is that still true? Damn. Okay. I've been confusing what everyone told. I don't know why I maintained all these Minneapolis facts, but I can't remember where I got them.
That also wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
No, that also wasn't me. Well, let's see. What else should we? Is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
We've covered the love we have for our wives.
Oh,
We've
yes.
talked about the impending doom from climate change.
Mm-hmm. So it's good that we've coupled up.
Yeah, have some warmth when it gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the worst board game idea we've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm. Both you're writing gigs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Performing this week through the weekend at Acme.
Performing through the weekend at Acme, having a nice time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really excited to be back here.
Did you you brought stickers last time?
I brought stickers again. You want one?
You have, of course.
Here you go, man.
Of course.
Do I have them? Yeah, here's one.
You're gonna put your hand out and you're gonna flip me the bird. I got one right here.
Bam, here you go, dude.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Ah, nice.
That's made. This image is by an artist named Carolyn Main. She's in Portland right now, I believe. So if anyone ever needs an image, there you can go there.
And they are. Was this the same sticker you had last year?
That one I think that's an old one. There's some new ones that I'll be giving out tonight at the show.
Well, it's relatively new, but it has your TikTok address on the back, so
yeah,
it can't be that old.
Really, it feels good to be north of 30. Plug in TikTok. That's really where I wanted. When I started comedy, I was like, damn, if I could just have to compete with people dancing, it would really make my life better.
Duetting.
Yeah. I can't believe I really don't mean to, what I do is ridiculous. So I don't mean to besmirch what other people are doing for joy or for professionalism, but if you had told me 10 years ago that one of the biggest forms of media would just be watching people watch other people doing things, I would not have believed you.
Mm-mm.
It's wild.
Mm-mm.
But, times change.
Here we are. If you want to see someone that has more talent than the person that lip syncs to the videos that you spend 20 hours a day watching on TikTok, come to Acme this weekend and see Curtis. He has jokes that he's written.
That was
performed.
somehow very kind and also the cruelest thing you could have said. You want to see someone who's better than a lip syncer? Come on down to Acme Comedy Club. Oh man, are you?
I'm surrounded by people in my house that are addicted to TikTok, so I'm that's coming from somewhere deep. So like I said, I didn't go to therapy yesterday, so getting this off my chest while I can, while someone's here to listen.
I hope you call your kid back after this and are like, look, I just want you to know before we get into it, I'm tired of these clips.
Yeah. I glanced at the message. I think things are going to be okay.
Okay, good.
It's good. This has been so fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, man. Always good to talk to you.
Thank you. Let's do this again. I did have so many other things that we're not going to get to now. But
anything really exciting? Anything you
we'll
were dying
do it.
for?
We'll do it 2 years from now, after next year when we play the game.
Oh yes, all right. I am excited about this.
All right, I will buy a copy this week and
Can we just like get everybody on staff in on this bullshit?
I love it. All right, you heard it here. Thanks, Curtis.
Hey, thank you, man.